Hi, this is Dale the Spyware Prevention Guy again. Today I want to show you how to check your hard drive for errors. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, if you've ever seen your computer boot up to a boot options menu where, it gives you the option to go to the normal mode or safe mode or last known good configuration, you probably have errors in your hard drive. And that could have probably happened from either a power outage where you just immediately lost power to your computer, it just went off, or you could have done a bad shutdown because, say, you were infected and your computer got slow and it froze and that was all you could do. And sometimes people's children do it. They hold that power button in for 4 seconds till it goes off. Anyways, that's actually bad for your hard drive. There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't want to do that, and I'm not going to get into it here, but the first time you have to do it when your computer freezes. Anything more than that, you're risking the health of your hard drive and your data. Anyways, let's go show you one of the ways to do this. You can go over here to the Start button, and you click All Programs and go to Accessories, and you're going to go to a command prompt. Now over here, especially in Vista and Windows 7, you need to run it as an administrator. And if you notice, when I right-click here, it's not showing that it's running as administrator. But if you pin it to your Start menu or your tasks bar, and then you see it show up here like this, then you can right-click it and run as administrator. You need to have these elevated privileges for this to run properly. Now, Chkdsk, you're going to type an abbreviation here, and there's a few different switches I use, like CHKDSK, /F, and then the drive letter. I like to do it this way because sometimes, well, it's just more successful. I won't get into the reasons behind it, but the C drive is usually where your operating system's at. In my case, that's it right there. And then you'd press Enter at this point. Now, right now, it can't run the check because I'm actually booted up to this drive, so it says here it's basically going to schedule it the next time the system restarts. Now, another thing you can do is if you want to do the full 5 steps and not just check the drive for errors, but you also want to check the drive for errors and repair bad sectors, then you want to use the /R switch. The first 3 steps, /F, that'll take you maybe about 15 minutes to run. But if you're going to do the /R and do a repair as well of any bad sectors that can try to recover, this can take maybe an hour if you're lucky, but a couple hours I would expect. And I've had some that actually ran overnight. And if you got a drive that's actually bad and you're getting a bunch of unreadable file segments, likely it's never going to finish, and you'll be able to tell it's just going to get up to a certain percentage in the scan and it's just not going to get any further. At that point, you probably have a bad hard drive. Hopefully you can still get your data. Anyways, again, you would just press Enter here, and again, see it wants to schedule this for the next restart. Okay, that's one method. Another way is you can just go to the computer icon, or here, either way, and go to the drive that you want to run the scan on. Usually the one we're dealing with here is the one that has your Windows on it, the C drive. Now you can right-click it, select Properties, go to Tools, Error Checking, click Check Now, and again, the first 3 steps I mentioned with like the /F switch, you would check this box here. Now, if you want to do the full test, scan for and attempt to recover bad sectors, check that box, and then click Start. Again, it can't check the drive while it's in use, so it can only schedule it. And that's it. You can go on and use your computer as normal, but the next time you restart, I'm not going to do it now. As Windows comes back up, it's going to invoke this Chkdsk and scan your drive for errors. And you don't necessarily have to babysit it, but don't interrupt this check once you start it. I suggest you do it at a time when you know you got a couple hours of idle time with your computer. Sometimes I like to run them overnight. If it's a laptop you're doing this on and you're going to let it run overnight, I suggest you elevate the laptop, don't let it get hot, point a fan at it. Sometimes hard drives get these problems because of heat, and you don't want to complicate the problem. Another thing I would say is that if you really think your hard drive's really getting towards the end of its life, try to get your data before running one of these checks. At least get what you can. It might be your last chance. In other cases, when you've gotten all you can and you know that there's still more data to get, but you can't because of the errors, well, then you got to run this check disk, and a lot of times it corrects the problem to the point where you can get all your data. It really depends. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to show you, how to check your hard drive for errors. A lot of people don't do this. They just wonder why their computer doesn't work. They get weird blue screens, or they even try to do a system recovery or a system restore and it just won't work. Well, that's because it can't, because your hard drive has errors on it. You have to clear these first. Well, this is all I got. This is Dale, the spyware prevention guy. Thank you, and bye-bye.